Hi-Fi Rush released somewhat randomly on January 25th and surprised gamers by dropping day one on Xbox Game Pass. Whilst the rhythm-based hack and slasher is a huge departure from the existing catalogue of games developed by Tango Gameworks, known mostly for their survival horror series The Evil Within, they have remarkably nailed this genre shift superbly. The main component of the game is the rhythm-based nature of its combat. In a similar fashion to last year's Metal Hellsinger from The Outsiders, the aim of the game here is to time your attacks with the beat of the music. You could be forgiven for thinking this is merely a gimmick, used as a method of simple deviation from the likes of Devil May Cry and Bayonetta. But that is not the case. Hi-Fi Rush uses their biggest selling point as a way to elevate an already incredible combat system into greatness. There are a multitude of different combos that you can unlock for Chai, but the most simple one consists of timing the X button to the beat 4 times. If you were to find difficulty in learning other more complex combos whilst attempting to beat the game to the beat, then this combo would allow you to beat the game. It just wouldn't look as cool. Purchasing new attacks and integrating them into your arsenal feels incredibly satisfying. Once you pull off a new move and see the green perfect message appear on screen, the satisfaction is just otherworldly. However, whilst this accessibility component exists in the sense of allowing the rhythmically challenged to still enjoy the game, there's still an enormous skill ceiling here which is immensely satisfying to climb. This is one of those games that just feels gratifying to master. I played this game way back on release day, and there aren't many games I've had more fun with all year, even when I tried it out again recently. It's just a great time all round. But not only does this game boast a creative spin on a beloved genre, it also brings with it a charming story filled with memorable and enjoyable characters whilst existing within a stunning world with a gorgeous art style. You play as Shai, whose personality bursts through at every turn.
You're in production, and the only direct exit is through quality assurance. You see it?
So many buildings, it's hard to tell.
It's the one that literally says QA Center on it.
Oh, yeah.
Brought to life by the gorgeous cel-shaded art style. His ensemble support group are also a pure joy to be around. The determined Peppermint and the reluctant Macaron are the first two characters to join Shai on his journey to take down Kale. And watching each character go from rolling their eyes at Shai's ridiculous outbursts to letting out a wry smile is incredibly endearing and heartfelt. The story doesn't tug on any particularly strong heartstrings, but it's filled with humour and sticks to the overall ethos of the game, which is, this is a video game, and it should be fun. A lot of the time, it seems that people seem to forget that that is the whole reason we all do any of this. We all play these video games to have fun, and this is one of those games that's just a brilliant fun package, all things considered. Square Enix released action RPG Forspoken around a similar time to Hi-Fi Rush, and that game gathered a lot of criticism for a similar humour and dialogue style. But the difference here, just ignoring the fact that it's just way better written in Hi-Fi Rush, is that it just is executed better. The tone of the game warrants this sort of dialogue and consistently funny character interactions. Tone is something that needs to be managed, and Hi-Fi Rush is a game that, all things considered, is goofy, silly, and all about just enjoying yourself at every turn.
Fire squad reporting in!
With responsive moment-to-moment combat and characters bursting with life. This is what sets up the game for this wacky tone, and that is why it works so well here compared to other games that may have attempted a similar thing in the past. The game can get pretty difficult at times. It boasts a wide range of awesome boss fights with creative gimmicks, to the point where repetition is never a factor. I won't show it here, but the final boss absolutely kicked my ass, but that feeling once you beat it is the kind of feeling that's unrivaled in video games. I'm not going to pretend this is Dark Souls level of difficulty, because it's just not. It's not the sort of game that's going to make you throw your controller against the wall in frustration. It's the kind of game that gives you more satisfaction the more effort you put into it. I fear that Hi-Fi Rush may lose some attention in Game of the Year conversations due to its early release. But make no mistake, this is one of the best games to release this year. Tango's previous work suggested to me that they were on the brink of something. They've always showcased potential without following that up with a truly top tier game. I really enjoy The Evil Within 2 and it is a very good game, but it's not that masterpiece level of quality that I think this studio is capable of. But they've done that now, although weirdly enough not in the survival horror genre. I would love to see them incorporate this level of quality into the survival horror genre, but they've now proved that they've got it in them to create top tier games, and I am endlessly excited to play whatever they cook up next. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, then please consider leaving a like, because that would greatly help me out. And if you want to see more videos from me, then you can always consider subscribing. But that's all for now. Have a nice day, and goodbye.